Welcome to the Tomes of Time! I'm the Timekeeper, Stephen the Stowell, and here are my lovely victims. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm a birthday boy in 3 hours, so who will now introduce themselves? Starting with my lovely, beautiful, amazing, creative, inventive, many, many, many wonderful titles that could be added to her name. Beyonce. Nella Moore.
I am Nella Moore. I don't attribute any of those qualities to myself, but he can say whatever he wants. I go by Nella Moore on YouTube and most things. I do my own D&D campaign that has this guy and this guy. And I'm working on a few things right now, but that's not important. What's important is that I play Niela Vokane, and she is the barbarian of the group and a very fun character to play.
Next, in this corner, weighing his theologies and finding his places, it's the Black Doctor.
Hello there. I am the Black Doctor, even though, keep an eye out in a few weeks, I might have a name change. But you can find me on, for example, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, things of that nature. And but here on this campaign, I do also play in Nulls as the undead Balgroth the Dark. But here I have taken up the side of the light and am as the Shelled Saint, the Turtle Bishop, Donatello.
I just found... we got some gel to clean keyboards. Lost it. I just found it. Sorry for the non sequitur, but I was trying to explain why I grabbed up something random. And finally, in this corner, the Kyle St. Andrews.
I'm Kyle St. Andrews. I play Sean the Butcher Edinburgh, a swashbuckler in this D&D campaign, and you can find me on TikTok, YouTube, any social media platform under Kyle St. Andrews.
Yes. And we're hopefully back for some stintage of doing these. Who remembers where we last left our heroes?
I think I do.
Okay.
There was a casino. There was gambling involved, I believe.
Yes, there certainly was gambling. Remember why?
Was there pig racing?
The pig race. Is the pig race? The slot machine? I don't know. There's a slot machine.
All of that was where?
In Fallon?
Okay.
You have disappointed me.
I'm looking for a very specific name of a locality. Or not name, but a noun. Doc, what do you remember happening?
I mean, of course, it was sort of at a casino / a carnival or something like that. We had pig racing. Apparently, the pigs were being drugged, weren't they?
At least one was.
One of them was being drugged. You uncovered that.
Techna still won, though.
Yes.
Techna still won through the power of...
manifestation.
No. No.
That's terrible. Spit, grit, and a whole lot of duct tape.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest, I don't remember where... that'll be inspiration for the two of you. I don't remember what Kyle's character was up to.
I think he was, preparing his ship because we were... I think we were planning on sailing in, but
No. You're traveling inland now.
Right. Yeah.
Y'all's plan is to go to the Citadel. the capital city.
Yeah. It's been half a year. Give me a break.
Yeah. That's
I
fair.
don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
Dang.
I didn't have anything for breakfast.
Oh, well. Hey, Kyle, is it suffice to say that Sean would just be making his way back to find his way to the party as they're leaving the casino?
Yes.
All right. So y'all meet up outside. Kyle, it's this great casino. I believe it has Brigand on the name. The nameplate like a Vegas light up. Don't know how that's happening in the technology of this time period, but magic. There's a giant line of people. It's all in the Brigand, the banker district, rich folks estates, Beverly Hills. So yeah, y'all reunite.
Captain, where have you been?
I have been tending to the ship.
Well, I can definitely tell that you have missed an amazing adventure. It was full of racing, espionage. I even got to basically be a lawyer for a little bit. And look at just take a look at our little champion.
Nella has Techna like above her head.
Techna has Techna. I don't remember if you got anything other than like the money.
I think we just got the money. If I'm trying to remember, I'm looking back at some of the half notes that I did. Yeah, we only got the money.
Yeah.
As y'all are kind of staring at each other, Lance makes his way through the long line and goes, "Oh, there you are. The card is ready. Are y'all?"
Yes, I believe we are all pretty much we're ready, at least money wise. Friends. Oh yes, it's a long story. I'll tell you on the way. I promise.
Oh, okay. Goodness. All right. Well, yes. Right this way. He leads you up through Valen, the mighty city, towards the livery and woodworks, from whence there is basically a stagecoach that has now been procured for y'all, with a russet and a black horse to pull it. The captain of the guard from Andil has taken the liberty of already getting into the shotgun seat as Lance climbs up. Let me check over my notes. Is that for after Riverton? Right, yeah. I want that for the okay. You find Deacon is actually laying on top of the stagecoach, amidst your luggage.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah. It's taking an afternoon nap.
Good afternoon, cat. Okay. Whatever helps you feel comfortable, I suppose. And he begins to sort of crawl into the carriage.
Inside you find so I described it as like it's like a stagecoach if a stagecoach had like an extra half cabin on the back of it, and then the other space that would be that other half of the cabin is extra storage. It's made of wood, painted black, has brass fitting, velvet curtains.
Okay. It's really nice. He just sits and sort of admires everything while just humbly leaning on his staff.
All right. No loose ends y'all need to tie up?
Yeah, I've been tied up before. I don't like it.
Question is, do I need to pay the docking fee?
You already paid this month's docking fee.
All
right. And you, from your experience as a man at sea, you know it's fairly easy to keep up with with dry docking fees in organized places like this. So you're not really in danger of getting lost with that, as long as you put in,
keep an eye out on things.
Yeah. So the stagecoach sets out from Valen as the sun is getting lower, approach to the hills. What do y'all do to pass the time on your journey?
Nella takes a nap. She's tired.
I start whittling.
Donatello reads through his prayer book and sort of looks at, both his prayer book and his spell book.
Kyle, if you're whittling just to whittle, that's one thing. If you want to try to whittle something specific, we could do a minor skill check and see how well it comes out.
Sure, let's do that.
All right, let me pull up a character sheet.
Haven't done that in a while.
What are the skills? What's the skill tree again? That would be. I'll just have you do a dexterity check. Just do a dex save.
I'm trying to get it to work. Give me a minute. It ain't gonna work. Huh?
What's going on here? Okay, dex save 15. Whatever you're trying to carve, you do a above average job of it. You impress yourself slightly. It's like, I was just passing the time. Look at how smooth this edge is.
Donatello slightly looks up from reading his prayer book. Nice. Well done.
Cool. I did a good job.
And Donatello mumbles to himself. For we are the Pelor's workmanship, created in the great Pelor's image to do good works, which he has prepared for us to walk in. Amen.
Where do I want? Specifically, gonna put y'all over to the map for your viewing on Roll20.
While you're doing that, let me grab my Chromebook where I can look at the map.
All right.
Yes.
While you're riding along, Lance hands the reins over. So there's like a window into the coach from where the driver and the shotgun are sitting. And so Lance kind of hands over the reins and pops in and grabs at the map wherever y'all have that. He goes, "All right, so the Citadel. There's not a direct road to the Citadel. Right? You get that?"
I mean, I get it, but I do not understand it. If the Citadel is at least where everyone knows and everyone specs, shouldn't there be a direct road to it? Shouldn't
What
all roads lead to it?
I mean, like there are towns along the way from where we are. The closest being Riverden. And then that Rafa pipes up and goes, "Oh yeah, I know that place.
Do you, Rafa?
Well, it's a little podunk, more of my former religious background types."
Well, maybe their eyes can be open to see the truth, just as you did.
Maybe.
Never give up hope, friend. Never give up hope.
Thank you. He goes back to reading his scriptures. Where is the reveal tool?
Where's my reveal button?
Oh, here it is. Duh, it's the cloud.
Where's the kaboom?
Reveal areas. Okay, can I have that now? Can you go? Okay. So he shows you on the map that basically this is what we're looking at. And I'll pop that up onto the big display. Present screen here. Don't share audio. So we can see this is basically highlight region. Y'all make it to here about halfway. Oh, is my mouse not showing up? Well, that is annoying.
There we
Oh, there.
go.
Now it is. Y'all make it about halfway when the as it's now nearing. Yeah, it's twilight now. Where at the cart is stopped as what sounds to you like rocks are being thrown at it, as Lance and the captain start going, whoa, 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 what's going on? In kind of garbled unison. And the more I learn, the more I learn I don't know. Where's the tab that I had open earlier? I need that again. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, this is what happens when we do things again.
Da 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 da. I mean, I made it a slide. Where'd it go? Was this it?
In the meantime, and possibly dating this entire live stream, did you guys hear that Dragon Ball Evolution has been dethroned by Snow White as the worst rated live action film?
Yes.
It looked awful.
It was awful.
I keep seeing clips of it, and it's just like they really, really made a lot of choices, didn't they?
In other news, if you, audience member, have the chance to watch the Looney Tunes, The Day the Earth Blew Up,
That's a great movie.
do so. Support an actual animated movie made by people who actually have a heart and soul.
It's so funny. It's so funny because it's classic Looney Tunes, like Daffy and Porky Pig. It's classic.
It's funny. It's hilarious. It has one of the best random absurdity humor moments at the twist of it.
Mhm.
Well, a twist of it. Go check it out. Support actual art.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Getting it on DVD as soon as possible.
Yes, we are.
Sweet.
If not VHS also. Don't ask how we'll get it on VHS.
How will you get it on VHS?
Secret. You see,
Secret
back in the
tunnel.
day, back in the day, we had this thing called a VHS player and record a VCR. Back in the day when companies were actually pro-consumer.
When the world was new.
As you poke your heads out, you see that there are a group of ruffians in the road with torches and rocks and weapons of various sorts.
That's
What time of the day is this?
It is twilight.
Twilight. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You said that they're actively throwing stuff like at the cart.
Yeah, and they are blocking the road.
All right. Well, the throwing wakes Nella up. She looks out to see what's happening.
You see these various sorted people. Doc, you specifically roll in religion check if you would, please.
Yes.
Okay, I've given the audience the setup, so I kind of want to put it back to the other view. Put back to this cozy one. Okay. Ooh. Do you want to try that with advantage?
Yes, please. I was waiting for you to get it.
You can roll again.
Yeah, let me.
Sorry, that was equal parts figuring out how to get rid of the display and equal parts figuring out whether or not I wanted that to.
Great.
Ooh.
Why is it my first rolls are so bad?
Oof.
Ooh, let me use my inspiration.
Again,
Oh God! Never mind. Forget it.
Dang.
Provoke.
Burning inspiration.
Reverse. Morgan.
I mean, it doesn't seem like you're being waylaid by pagans, but they are certainly acting strange.
Right. Exactly.
The tallest one approaches and booms out, "Give us all of your gold! Give us all of your things of value!"
Okay.
Nella is gonna make sure that Tekna is like tucked away and she's going to hop out of the caravan.
Okay.
I'm hopping out also beside her.
Gonna go
All right.
here.
And Donatello is getting out right behind them.
Alrighty.
She's going to say to the guy who talked, "Why are you in our way?"
Because we want your gold.
No.
Yes, we do. And we can have it. And it's perfect. Oh! Is that a priest?
Yes, it is. More specifically, a bishop.
Oh, a bishop. Have you seen the bishop that has been going around?
There are a multitude of bishops. Be specific.
Sorry, the game is loading.
No, you're fine.
I should send you that short video I made of the rat loading screen.
What's your name?
Oh, I should send that.
What is your name?
I need to send that to you. It's so funny. I'll put it.
That's how I feel about this right now. Have you seen a certain priest? What priest?
Made a whole thing here.
You see, there's a priest that kind of looks like a turtle.
I sent the loading screen to the Discord.
Thank you.
No, you got the wrong turtle.
Shoot. Okay, I didn't write it down. Bishop Tinsel.
Oh, that's cute. I could stare at that for hours.
I know.
Bishop Tinsel of Trent has been going around, and he's given out wonderful indulgences. He pulls out of his pocket one. This paper, and he goes, "By sovereign decree vested in me as Alter Christus, I grant thee the pardon of your sins, even those yet to occur. So, give us your gold."
Absolution being given willy-nilly and allowing for sin. How dare he? So it seems
come
like
on, priest. Isn't it your teachings now?
teaching, it never has been, and it never will be. But in fact, the scriptures do teach us to fight for the truth. Allow me to demonstrate. And he readies
Roll
his
initiative. Oh wait, I need to pull up the initiative tracker first. Upon
So roll initiative. Speaking of initiative, I gotta do that. Click that and, oh my goodness, I keep rolling sixes. If I roll another six, we're in trouble.
Oh no.
Oh. Actually, the mark of the beast is the word written out 666.
The mark of the beast is on the side of a monster can.
The mark of Mr. Beast?
Mr. Beast?
Oh no.
Remind me how to roll the turn again.
You click on your token and then you click on the initiative button on your
screen.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all I need to know.
There you go. Jerk's got better initiative than all of us.
That means I get to shoot first. Oh.
Well,
shoot first. Ask questions never.
Okay.
Let's see. 30-foot radius. The cleric or druid mechanism matches the candidate can cast the first level spells.
Where is?
Extended spell slots. You light the candle for the first time. You cast the date spell.
Twice.
Let's see. Cantrips, Sacred Flame. First level spell is Bless, Cure Wounds, Detect Evil and Good, Healing Word, Shield of Faith, and Command. Oh,
All right.
That's what I don't have.
The leader will go first of this little ambush. And he is going to. Well, that's not a weapon I want to use. He is going to put another lead pellet into the sling he has in his hand and sling it at you, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Which one is that?
It's the first one. It's the 18. I don't know why it automatically has advantage.
Yeah, that one doesn't hit.
I was just saying, cool.
I've complained to this again and again and again, and they will never change. Unfortunately, that default.
Again and again and again. Yeah, it doesn't hit. I'm good.
All right.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper. You might have a sling like David, but you are not filled with the Spirit.
What do you think you are? A sling man? I tell jokes for myself.
Be about a wingman than
all
a
right.
sling man.
Kyle, it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to take my flintlock and I'm going to shoot at him. One of my flintlock pistols.
Flintlock pickles.
Yeah, flintlock pickles.
Does the gherkin hit?
Sorry, yes. Let me check. Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
Haha! Get pickled.
God, you're shooting him. Oh. You shoot him. Where are you aiming, Kyle?
Chest.
Ooh, okay. You hit him right through the chest. It goes. What was that? And he just collapses, and the others all look on in horror. The one drops his torch and just runs away automatically.
Oh, we got winks over here.
The others just kind of back up as the leader. You're shooting the leader, right?
Yes.
As the leader is bleeding out, and the woman just goes, "We're just common folk. What that? No, I didn't sign up for this."
Oh crap! I didn't know he got a gun.
Oh no!
I didn't know it was back and eat.
Yeah, they just run away. The combat ends. You've
Okay.
killed a commoner.
Oh,
Oh man.
before we start the caravan again, can I go over to the dead guy and take that piece of paper that he was reading from?
Please.
Yeah, you now have one planar. Was it planar indulgence?
Plenary.
For those who don't know, This is riffing on something that actually happened during the Protestant Reformation. Whoop-de-doo, that's what this campaign is a fictionalization of, hyper-fictionalization of. There was a man named, I believe, Johann Tetzel, who
Yep.
went around teaching a whole bunch of false thing. Well, in general, indulgences are a false thing. But particularly, he would give out an indulgence that would even excuse you of a sin you had yet to commit. And so people would take those and then commit crime.
Is there anything else on his body of note?
One second. I'm yeah, you find the timekeeper.
You found the narrator.
A U2s of the timekeeper.
Aw.
Here's a new rule: do not bring a slingshot to a gunfight.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
That is very fair.
Especially if you're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
If I knew I was gonna kill him, I'd shot him in the shoulder or something.
Oh, I don't have any dice in here.
Well, you know, Kyle. Hindsight is always 20/20.
Yeah.
Nella, can you do why is this website in Arabic?
What?
Alhamdulillah.
Do I need to roll like investigation?
No. I believe a D8.
Oh, just a D8. Okay.
Sorry, a D12. D12. Sorry.
Okay. 5.
It's not a good. 5. You find you find a picture of the man's wife and kids.
Dang, dude.
Kids, plural.
Plural. Oh, that was
Okay.
So
that
this
was up to
this
man.
paper says I'm forgiven.
This paper says he was forgiven.
I'm gonna give that letter to the turtle, and I'm gonna leave, I guess, the picture with the dead body. I'm gonna drag the dead body like off into the grass.
Okay.
Let it decompose properly.
I've sort of give it the sign of the Great Paylor before you start dragging, and it's like, I pray that the Great Paylor gives you true repentance for this grave sin that you have done. The abuse of the grace of the Great Paylor is never to be done. Requiescat in pace.
At which point you hear the window on the wagon shriek open, glass on metal, as Rafa pokes his head. I was like, what? I heard a bang. What's going on?
Nella drops the body.
Well,
You have not been paying attention.
He fell asleep reading.
and Captain seeing Nella drag the body off, or trying to drag the body off, he simply says, "This is the reason I like water better. You just throw them overboard."
They decompose better in the grass. It's food.
I'm used to war, but you guys still. What? Okay.
It's food.
Deacon comes over to also help drag the body. He's just like, not gonna lie, that was pretty cool, Cap.
Thank you.
Guys, we just killed a man. Again.
And now he can rest peacefully against the ground.
Yeah, and I was ready to defend my bar with like a hand cannon. So
Honestly, priest, I forgot how many I've killed.
I thought that was supposed to be meant for confession, but at least we'll do it here. That's okay.
It's confession to go. Can I get that order to go, please?
Oh no.
Divine decree. Hey God, can I get that order to go?
Mercy.
Mercy.
Hey, have you read the Bible? Have you looked at your life? God has a sense of humor.
He does have a sense of humor. He does. I turned my head to these two. You know, we might have to go visit this guy's family
Why?
because he got himself into this mess, and now this family is without a husband and a father.
I mean, who knows how many orphans you made from cutting off Jameson's head?
Hey, I mean, he deserved it.
I gave them money.
Right.
Teasing.
And of course, we're going to need to do something to make sure that they have something to provide for their family, because we're going to end up going into that town. This is just how Providence works.
I got an idea.
Yes, Captain.
We could take everything off his body and sell it and just give them the money.
I should get that picture back, I guess.
I thought you left the picture on his body.
Do we want to take the body to the children?
If I should return with my body on my shield, no, I had a plenary indulgence. Or that's why I was calling on you, Doc. What exactly was the kind of indulgence called again?
It's a plenary indulgence. I believe most of them could generally be called plenary indulgences.
Okay.
And would at least cover a multitude of sins from that time.
Yeah. We're an educational show. Edutainment. Edgy. Anyways.
Oh man. Yeah, there are only two indulgences, partial and plenary.
Okay. So do y'all bury the body and like take the belongings? Is that the plan?
Take the belongings.
I was just gonna leave it on the grass.
Well, I mean, we have to raise money somehow.
We have
if
money.
they want to take the clothes off of it, they can do that. Nella has finished what she is needed to do.
Okay.
I'll take the clothes and give the body a proper burial. Not necessarily knowing the fate of this individual, so just giving it a quick and proper burial.
As you're burying him, you notice he does have a brown scapular.
All right.
Okay.
A brown scapular is a thing that one wears through the belief in purgatory. If you wear the brown scapular when you die, then that means you're certain to go to purgatory, and I believe it's after 15 days in purgatory, or 8 days, a specific amount of time, very short, a matter of days. Mary will come and rescue you.
Source James White in his debates, if you wear the brown scapular of devotion to Mary, it's you are let out on, I think, the first Friday after you're put in purgatory, because at one point purgatory was temporal, not as modern Catholics try to say. Anyways, hyper uber educationalism aside, you'll take care of the body. You get the relevant belongings. Doc, do you keep or leave the scapular?
I leave the scapular.
Okay. You take. Does anyone want to declare?
I do take the indulgence letter. I mean, we're all passing it around, but I take the indulgence letter for safekeeping, and also the picture of the family and the clothes, so I can put them in the cart just in case we encounter the family.
On the back, as you look it over, you notice in like super, super, super fine print, someone has just written like The boon of the finest woman in Everett.
The boon of the finest woman in Everett.
Yeah, implying it's like a general like lovey-dovey phrase, meaning like this is your reward. Just like be your like it's a flattery. Like this is the wonderful thing you are surrounded with, a husband and a family.
Hmm.
It's like a general epithet.
Hmm. All right.
So you now
Well,
have a town. You know a town.
yeah, Everett.
Uh, y'all get back in the cart as Lance has calmed down from what could be interpreted as a panic attack. Confusion, existentialism.
My dear friend, my dear friend, you've hung around with us for this long. You have seen us come across some bodies before.
He believed God was on his side in this.
As did the Pharisees.
Yes, as did the elven priests. Yes, yes. That's fair. That's fair. The red elven priests. Yes. Oh.
So what we must
Have you
do
ever?
is always grit our teeth and move on.
He kind of yaws the cart onward. After a little ways, well, they go through the night. Deacon, the ever napping one, takes over so that Lance and the captain can get rest. And by morning, y'all wake approaching you awake either side outside the carriage windows is trees, dense trees, wet redwoods, birches, ashes, firs, pines, every kind of tree, really, tall, wide, cedars that are wider around than the length of the cart and horses. You find yourselves at dawn, deep in the woods. In the, what did I call the wood?
The Sundred Baker Woods.
No.
Well, you never let me shine.
Oh, the Rivenwood. Sorry. Rivenden, Rivenwood. Sorry. Duh, obviously. Put an asterisk by that in case I realize I'm misremembering. But I believe it is supposed to be the Rivenwood. And as you look out, you see the trail kind of expands and widens around this little Western style two sides of the road town that you are slowly approaching as a very, very light drizzle of rain starts.
So here we are, I suppose. Donatello looks out into the rain and just, sort of broods, half broods.
Lance kind of snores himself awake and goes, "Oh, goodness." He looks out. My. Never been this way. And the carriage approaches the metaphorical threshold, not metaphorical, the effective threshold into the town. The last bit of the trees before it fully breaks out and around the clearings made.
What's the name of the town again?
Rivenden is the name you have been given.
Yes.
And
yes.
It is fittingly as rustic as the name implies. All of the houses, the buildings are made of logs, barely treated, just cut, placed. You see very little murrings of what you would consider for this age of iron and magic. You see very little modern fixtures. Everything is very. Everything is old. This is a society that lives at its means. Nella, this probably smacks of the kind of dwellings that you are familiar with, at least in a sense.
Yeah.
This certainly speaks more to the design language you are familiar with than everything else you've experienced so far. And as those of you who were involved with the plot of Stanley and Ophelia, this is the place where Stanley suggested they could run away to.
Hmm. So this would have been their sanctuary. Out in the woods, away from people, and simple living. I could see it.
As you examine the townsfolk, you see half-elves, wood-elves, many of the forest races, halflings, gnomes, with their wooded gnomes with their still starlit eyes, their eyes looking like the vast star fields of the skies above you, millennia away from being polluted by light, the light of industrial man. Their skin varying hues based on their diets and environs, greens of mold and moss and mildew, and browns of wood and mud.
Lovely people.
To those of you at all religiously cultured, sorry, the right term, at all religiously cultured, this town is the vibe you get when you dwell upon the concepts of Aoten and those alternative beliefs.
Edgy.
The cart kind of stops at the sort of half-built barn livery at the edge of town. And there a dwarf is sitting in a chair, a maiden by look, currently playing with one of the locks of her braided deep copper hair.
Donatello, I guess, pops his head out, at least to survey the people and at least sees who was she again? His brain sort of short-circuited halfway.
Dwarven woman on a high chair in the stables where the cart has come to dock. Obviously the attendee. She's currently futzing about with a lock of her hair.
I guess Donatello sort of pops his head out and says, "Greetings!"
Oh, hello. Welcome to Rivenden. How long you be staying?
Great Perlo, willing not too long. We are headed to the Citadel.
Oh, I see. A northerner. Okay. That'll be a gold a day. for Dokken.
All right, sounds fitting. And Donatello sort of reaches his hand into his shell, so that arm sort of vanishes and then
Oh,
pops back up with one gold coin.
you're a strange one, aren't you? Say, you... Oh, sorry, that would probably be rude.
He sort of half leans on his staff. Down to him, I am not a stranger to anything that is rude. I have been in war.
Oh,
Yes.
well, it's just, see, my kin are from the coast, and, there's a certain kind of, stew, turtle? Is that cannibalism for you to have turtle stew?
Donatello, his eyes sort of widen as the hand holding the gold coin begins to slightly tremble, and he sort of grits his teeth and says, "Yes, as a matter of fact, it would."
I see, I see. Forgive me, I've never gotten a chance to meet a kind as yours before.
That is understandable. We are travelers and nomads, but I mean, of course, it is very rare to see a turtle deep in the woods like this. So, I don't.
Whistle, right? Whistle, the archipelagos, that's where your kind is normally from, right?
You're exactly right. Yes.
Fascinating. You're probably the most easternly person I have seen. Come in here. Sorry, I am very new to this job. Sorry. Yes, okay. Did you hand her the gold?
Just yes, tossed it to her.
Alright, thank you. And how shall I write to you on the charter?
He sort of turns to Deacon to take care of those particular matters.
Are you expecting me to pay for this? What? Oh no. Oh, the title? Oh.
Yes.
Put down, Grim Alliance. No. Miss, please put down, Deacon of Deacon's Tavern and Co. Co being the Grim Alliance. She goes, it's a fascinating name. Okay. Now, how do you spell that? And he just takes the quill and starts writing it.
Here.
Well, I could write it. Yeah, but I don't want to explain it. And with that, you're off your pop to go into the town. There is a clear tavern. There is different buildings if you search. Where would y'all like to go to get your sort of bearings in the town?
Nella's just gonna take Tekna for a walk around.
Perfect. As you do that, oh, I need to move the calendar one day forward. It is now, Midsdal, Wednesday. Where is that asterisk? The 12th of Villan. It is now 4 days to Villansdal, the celebration of practical jokes. Sorry, no, that was the first. Villansdal is a day to remember the dead king Villan. Nella, as you're walking Tekna, you see a congregation leaving this sort of, if you took sort of the design language of like a TP type structure and expanded it into a wood, larger, like, sanctuary, a building that is just a sanctuary, basically. A small little tabernacle. You see a small congregation leaving a lot, and at the door leans a elderly woman who is just kind of watching the congregation go away.
She kind of watches. People watches as Tekna roots around in the dirt and grass.
Are you looking at the matron particularly?
Yeah, every once in a while.
She looks at you. She's very welcoming, very grandmotherly, sort of hunched a little forward, heavy jowls. What you notice specifically below her clawed together tucks of hair is these twin cataract eyes that are, despite the cataracts, looking now at you as she gives you a warm smile.
Nella smiles back hesitantly.
She starts walking your way slowly, not threateningly. Just like she's clocked that you've clocked her, and now she's coming over to Tom.
Okay.
Why, hello, child.
Hello?
You're a new face around here.
Very much so, yes.
What's your name?
She kind of stands up straighter. Duvokane, Nella Duvokane.
Oh, tall one are you? She is shorter than you.
That is like 4 something.
Yeah. I am Drius, the matron of this here temple.
It's very nice.
Why, thank you. It's a shrine to Aoten and Kakordner.
Right. Not familiar with that god.
Oh, well, it also acknowledges a few others. The old gods, the deists, many prefer to call them. We have many people pilgrimage here to worship.
Would you recognize the beast as a deus?
We do have an altar to gods we do not yet recognize, so you're free to come inside and pay your homage.
I would like that.
She leads you inside, and indeed amid the central altar, which is fashioned in the shape of a sphere with a single eye carved just below its point. You find along the one wall, alongside a carving of storming winds. Sorry, actually, she directs you. No, never mind. Okay, sorry. Yeah, she directs you towards the altar in question, which is just a place to offer things.
Nella kind of takes off her axe and warhammer and places them to the side as she kneels and lays 4 of her gold coins in front of it.
The matron steps out as you lay out your things. The torches, sconces, sort of harsh. They dim as if a wind is blown over them. You almost hear a hiss. You hear the Tellurian's voice would be described as deep and groveling, correct?
Yeah.
You hear your axe. Presented before the main altar. You hear it not as though you hear it, but as though it is an intrusive but clearly alien thought in your mind.
She stands with the axe and takes it to the altar.
As you do, you feel another slight gust. Your suitor, you hear, but also don't hear again. Your betrothed. This is his dowry. You do not desire him. Your soul is twain, and this dowry is of ill weight. My champion will have the best. And at that, the statue breaks, and from the elements of it that were thicker than the spear carved atop it, the shaft of the spear now becoming a handle, it breaks and rights itself up as the cauldron of offering suddenly before you kind of melts and shifts and bends and creaks into the wood as it forms what you quickly discover presented before you is a new hand axe. Gold channeled like Damascus through the carved designs in the wood, like Celtic knots, but definitively more angular. Interlinking cubes, inlaying the apexes of these. What do you do with this new presentation?
She slowly picks it up and examines / admires it.
It's a little, not inconveniently, but it is heavier than you expected it to be. It's slightly larger than your primary hand axe. And you notice carved on it is the symbol you associate with the beast. But you also see carved the symbol that you've seen in this world of Palor. The interlocking arch and the V.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a vicious hand axe. On a crit, it deals 2d6 extra damage. It also has a number of other abilities that I will send to you.
Thanks.
And the room returns to normal. Other than the altar is now damaged.
She's gonna go get her warhammer and she's gonna leave.
You leave. Let's take a quick break. And then we'll see what the others got up to. Who would like to lead us in a gospel presentation?
I'll do it if you need me to.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, gather around. Let me tell you a story about a man named Adam who screwed up everything to blame God. What a knucklehead. Because of him, we're all born into sin, every last one of us. None are good, no, not one. None are righteous, no, not one. And the wages of sin is death. Which means if we stood for a just, holy, righteous God today, according to our own merit, we would be condemned of our sinful actions. Which means hell itself. That's the bad news. Here's the good news, aka the gospel. 2,000 years ago, Jesus Christ came, perfect man, perfect God, lived a perfect sinless life, went to Calvary and died for our sins, was buried and rose again on the third day. All you have to do is confess with your mouth that Jesus Christ is Lord and believe in your heart God rose from the dead, you shall be saved. It's what Romans says. Today is the day of the Lord's salvation. He stands at the door and knocks. The question is, are you going to answer? We're not promised tomorrow. This gospel break has been brought to you by Tomes of Time.
Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome. Can you tell I've said that a couple of times?
Would you like me to ask if anyone would it be okay? Oh, you have the camera on.
Yeah. Mhm.
Expect that. Would you like me to ask any of them accompany you?
What would you like to ask us?
All right. Did anyone accompany her? Did anyone accompany her on her walking of Tekna?
Sure.
Okay. Kyle, you experienced Donnie. Were you also there?
I mean, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess we'll go there. We'll do it. I mean, I'm just standing outside because I'm not going into the chapel. But like, I'm just sitting,
Kyle. Okay, so
sitting
did Sean go into the chapel?
Followed her, but stayed behind by, let's say, 10, 15 feet.
You experienced nothing until the altar straight up converted into an axe.
Are you DMing from my office now?
Look, I didn't know. I didn't expect to come back to being on camera.
I didn't expect spoilers here. I didn't expect behind the scenes.
Yeah.
A man, ignore the man behind the curtain. Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
He said, "You are gonna leave me alone. I'm gonna need you to stop being mean to me."
Doc, I don't know if you heard, I'm the youth leader now at my church.
Yeah.
And what's funny is every time I give a lesson, I end it with a gospel just presentation. And one day a couple of the kids started just rolling their eyes. There's the ones that hadn't really accepted it yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
And so what I did is I hit it with that fast gospel break. All their jaws were on the ground. Then I'm like, now since I got your attention, let's walk through this.
Well, with that all done, we return. How are y'all reacting now that this has happened? Doc, you heard the sound of like wood snapping and metal bending and warping in hideous ways.
Donatello sort of turns around and hesitantly rushes in after everything happened. Just in slight battle mode, just gripping his staff, ready to smack somebody over the head. Is everyone all right?
Doc, could you make an insight check
Yeah.
for me?
Hopefully I get better than a freaking 6. Oh, that's better.
That's good.
Doc, the minute you step in, you feel the feeling you get when you're around the campfire, and You know there's the presence of heat that you feel at your back. You feel the cold. In the same way you feel the presence, you feel a spiritual warmth, the way you would at church. At the same time that you feel that spiritual darkness, you also have felt from the fell and evil things you have encountered on this journey.
Yeah, so this is more of a coldness instead of a warmth.
You feel, well, no, you feel both is what I'm saying. You from your insight, you interpret what has gone on here. As confusing as it is, there is something of the right divine in it, in the midst of this blasphemy to you. Something of God has occurred. A presence has been here.
Yeah, something has been here. What has happened here? Could somebody bring me up to speed?
No.
Nothing.
Does he see Nella?
I saw the altar change.
The altar changed.
Mhm.
It got altered.
It got altered.
Uh-huh.
It go.
Dang.
Bro really went Transformer mode.
And where's Noah? He begins to look around.
She's there. She's not like hiding.
Okay.
Not standing.
And you're holding your new axe, right?
I am.
Did it turn into that?
This was a gift. I did not cause that.
I didn't break that.
I didn't. It was like that when it came in. I swear.
Hey, I just work here. I just work here. That was broken when I got in. Donatello just looks at her and like, you usually take pride in your destruction, so I believe you. How did you get that?
This is a beast gave it to me.
May I? He reaches his hand out for it, just to touch it.
She's very hesitant, but does give it to you slowly.
As I lay hand, or at least as I touch it or I grab it, do I feel any particular magic that comes from it?
You could make an insight, religion, or arcana check, and we'll go from there. You have those options.
So I rolled insight. 20.
She hands it to you in such a way that the symbol of Paylor, veined into this sort of Damascene weave of wood and gold, is present firstmost to you. And you know particularly, you know from your studies, and you've interpreted from your studies, that whatever the deists are outside of actually God, are probably, there's the evil ones, there's demons, the fallen angels who are evil, and then there's just angels that interact with people who are taken as deities by the people. And so this would be cluing you in that what's going on, that kind of, the latter case is more of what's behind, that's the kind of energy that's behind this, because those who are truly fallen angels, they can pretense to be religious, but as you remember when you encountered the vampire priest, he could barely even say the pagan name of God, let alone carve, let alone draw his symbol.
Yeah. So he examines it and sort of traces his finger over the Pelorian symbol. and then offers it back to Noah. You don't necessarily believe in the Great Paylor, but it seems that the Great Paylor believes in you.
That's exactly what I was. That's exactly where I was hoping that was going.
And he hands the axe back to her. Use it wisely. And as he hands it back to her, she feels invigorated. I casted Bless.
She sheathes it. She puts it back on her belt.
At which point, it should also be noted, the axe that you offered, the betrothal axe, that is what got kiboshed into this also.
Okay, so it didn't. So I don't have two.
Correct. Sorry, I meant to. I skipped over my own clarification on that. That's part of what happened. It is now a mixing of, is it a dark light or red wood that the betrothal axe was?
So it was a golden axe. Its hilt was made out of kind of a blood red stained wood.
Okay. It is now mixed with a lovely stained oak brown wood, and the gold, again, like Damascus steel, bed of wood and gold. All interwoven now. At this point, as you are all looking dumbfounded at this event, the matron comes back in very Avatar style and just goes, "Oh my." And I'm debating now. I'm debating now if we should call it here or let you guys go on. There is still the tavern, or a few other potential points of interest in town.
Well, I gotta get ready for tomorrow, so it was probably best that I ended off here. I will be available next week because, I mean, I just have to teach.
So, alrighty, we end with a wonderful cliffhanger. The lady coming in.
New axe, baby.
My altar. She doesn't say that. That's a riff.
My cabbages.
My cabbages. With that, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. He says to the audience of 0.
Oh God. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry for the angels unaware. Thank you for watching. It's the Council of the until next time, have a good night, everybody, and God bless.